Oh my gosh. That build up on that.
I am Noxiddar!
Hey everyone, how's it going? Noxiddar here, and welcome to episode 29 of our One Piece reaction. I was just thinking about this right before I started recording, how much I actually enjoyed, Usopp's arc in Syrup Village. And the reason why I found it so amazing was just how surprising and how much just depth and humanity there was. And so to see those elements present here also in the Baratie Arc, and I'm going to assume at this point that they're made manifest in really every arc throughout this story, and that's partly what's so special about it. But I'm just finding this arc just incredibly exciting. This is just so much fun. And one of the things I was thinking about is, Don Krieg's whole battle strategy is built around subterfuge, right? It's the idea of you come in appearing like a marine ship, or maybe a pirate crew surrendering, but it's not a surrender, and you're actually the aggressor, not the victim. And to see Luffy actually, I assume he's inferring that he used Don Krieg's own tactic against him, because everyone's sitting there, whoa, he's using that spear, and every time Don Krieg hits something, it explodes, and so we're counting all the explosions. We're seeing this all happen, and at the end, Luffy's smiling even after it looks like he was just, blown off of his feet so many times, and he just kind of hey, actually, I was the one hitting you. And that's so cool. I love that. So it's so funny, and then we have that juxtaposed with Zeph, who's he's like, well, this is an idiot. He's doing things for stupid reasons, and that also just subsequently happens to be his genius. If this is really how this is all playing out. It's so funny because Oda was saying there's a mysterious element to Luffy, and I think that's why I find it so hard to pin down exactly how I feel about him. I just know in my heart of hearts that he's not an idiot. He just does stupid things, and sometimes the stupid things that he does has a real element of genius to it. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and get in to episode 29. I'm going to make sure that I have my mouse on the right thing so I don't accidentally stop my recording. I've never done that before. Oh, he's got room. Bomb on a stick. Luffy's been doing this to Don Krieg the entire time, though. Oh, here he comes. It's so funny because Don Krieg was saying that it was useless, and defeat is almost guaranteed when you recklessly just rush in, and that's why everyone was saying don't do that. But if you watch through the progression of the episodes, every time Don Krieg acts against Luffy impulsively, it always backfires on him, whether it's him directly that suffers the consequences, or for example, when he took out that like part of that mast and sent Luffy flying. Luffy turned it against Pearl, who was just making this whole monologue about like how he never takes damage and leaves battles unscathed. And like Luffy turned that on him, and he's basically been playing Don Krieg like a fiddle this entire time. It's so much fun to watch. Let me guess, Don Krieg's gonna say, "Oh, it's useless." Well. Guess we'll go for thousands. I was gonna say, hey, Luffy was just gonna agree with that. I guess he did. Oh, you lost your stick? I love how Zeph is just like, he's just focused. Yeah, reiterating on that. Oh my gosh. I mean, Luffy is pretty strong. He should be able to get out of that. Now, how did he know he had the Anchor t-shirt on when he was a kid? This dude's been watching ahead. That's what's going on. Oh my gosh. The build up on that. Did it all without his hat. Yeah, no kidding. Dude, I love Zeph. He might be my favorite non-Straw Hat crew member so far. I love this abstract in the black and white. Come on, Sanji. What's this? Was he getting a glimpse of all blue because he was thinking about the determination of all of these people that have been introduced into his life up to that point? And so, like, it stepped out of the bounds of dream into reality. Zeph kept him alive for him to, because they shared the dream of finding the all blue. And Sanji put all of that gratitude for that kindness into working with Zeph and helping him out at the Baratie. And it's almost like up right at that point, his dream became a reality. Not in the sense that like the all blue was a dream and wasn't real, but then is real, but in the sense where it's like this is this is where I see myself. It's like it's like a moment of reflection of how I fit in versus all these thoughts of seeing people just ardently, passionately chasing their dreams, unashamedly, boldly moving forward. Where Sanji was using the Baratie as a place to kind of make anchor. Kind of like the idea of this is a ship that, for the most part, is just staying right there in that stationary fixed position at sea. That's really cool. I like the way it's playing on these themes, and we can see the way that it is actually affecting Sanji, and it's not just like Luffy's like a nice guy and I should probably go with him. It's like he's given a glimpse of what he's been missing. Man, I'm glad to see Gin made it too. And then like the opposite here, we have Gin, who doesn't want to reflect on this because his reality is now ostensibly like a dream, because he couldn't even imagine that someone as strong as Don Krieg could be so handily defeated. Again, it's this just like wonderful use of this back and forth with opposites to kind of like convey and re-emphasize a specific point. That's so cool. I think that's also probably the 7th time, maybe more, this reaction already where I've ended a thought with "that's so cool." That's so cool. Missing a tooth. Ooh.
Don Krieg, 俺たちは負けました。おじさん、その人が目覚ましたら言っといてくれるかい。グランドラインでまた。
That's cool.
お前、よく考えてみたら、俺のやりたいことはそれしかねえんだ。いつの間にかドンクリークの野望は俺の野望になってたらしい。
And that's what made him so loyal too. Ah, okay. I was wondering, like, if they're in a fixed position, how are they getting resources to maintain a restaurant? So I'm glad they covered this, because they didn't cover it in the live action at all. Man, that was really cool. That was just like a really cool fight scene at the same time. I love Luffy's creativity. Yeah. Oh, man. There was something I was gonna say, but I can't remember what it was now. I was gonna save it till the end. I can't remember. That was so much fun to watch. Like I said, this entire story arc has just been exciting. Is kind of like the word I keep coming back to. Where like Usopp's was surprising in a lot of ways. This one's just really, really exciting, and which makes sense because I also thought that episodes 5 and 6 that covered the Baratie in the live action were just also equally exciting. And it was really cool. I just kind of taking all of it in because it really seems like we were winding down that whole story and just kind of like reflecting on things. It's so cool, the power of kindness just permeating throughout this entire story arc. I think that's probably the most amazing part of it, is how it's like kindness to people who pride themselves in force and might. Kindness is a weakness. It is an undesirable trait, and yet time and time again, all throughout this particular story arc, we see that kindness is a life-saving force instead of a life-altering force. Well, no, even a life-altering force. I guess I mean life-altering as in like the ending of life, like a life-destructive force, maybe is what I meant to say there. But wow, I'm just having such a blast with this show. This is so much fun. And I do feel like I'm starting to get a little bit more into a rhythm with the recording. I don't know how many videos we've done so far in this reaction series. We have to be like close to 20, I think, just in the anime reactions. I think like maybe all together it'd be like 25, 26, something like that, which is wild to think about how far we've come and how much farther yet we have to go. So I'm not sure if Nami is leading us into the events with Bellemere. I will say, now I'll save it for the video when it makes more sense. We'll kind of just wrap things up here for this episode, and I will see you in the next one. That's all the time we have for today. This is Noxiddar, out.